Dark Motion Media live cast. Today we are doing a special Dota 2 edition because,
Woo!
yeah, we like the Dota 2.
Too.
And we have four of us here today. One of us is the returning Kerbin. Everybody loves the Kerbin.
Oh, hey guys.
And we have Sam.
With his fucking sweater, and Sam with his glorious beard.
The glorious beard.
So that's
That gray streak.
it's a young coddle
I
beard.
know, I'm just gonna hide this.
Just for men.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make stuff for it.
Yeah, you wouldn't know Corbin because he can't grow any facial hair. But
Damn.
Hey, we already went over this.
That's why you can
I
never
haven't
be one of us,
shaved in
Corbin.
4 days, and I'm 28.
yeah,
I can't help it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's genetics.
Absolutely.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
So big patch came out late last week. What this is all going to be about. Also, if we have time, we'll go into the compendium because I'm sure we all have thoughts and shit on that. But let's just start off. 6.8. We've all played at least a few games, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just without going into anything, are you guys are you happy with this patch? Are you happy with the way the game is changing?
Absolutely.
I welcome it.
Ag Scepter patch for life.
No, man, this is gonna be the Admiral Bulldog patch.
Oh, absolutely. Like
That patch.
It's not even Ag Scepter. This brought back everything before they broke Troll.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell, they were catering towards, the Asian Dota scene, with the last patch, because they had, the Asia Dota International or whatever.
Which was fucking boring.
Which was really boring. Yeah. And now they're back to, we've got the Western Dota players that we've got to cater to now. Let's make split pushing a thing again and dive right into it. I don't know, man. Regardless of what the patch's meta ends up being, it'll be a hell of a lot of fun to watch compared to.
Yeah, it's much more fun to watch and play. It's much more engaging. It's not, sit around and farm for fucking half an hour.
Yeah.
It's just fucking get in there and get kills.
They've been doing a whole lot with the big emphasis on fighting now, with the 0-minute runes and now the reduced creep gold.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Some of it I like. It makes for a better game.
Yeah,
some of it I like, some of it
gold.
I'm undecided on, and I'm not really a huge fan of a lot of the new items yet, but I haven't had a need to use them, I guess.
I've gone out of my way in most games to try to buy at least one and kind of.
I like the Silver Edge. That's a good one.
Silver Edge is really good. What is it? Glimmer Cloak, Glimmer Cape, something.
Glimmer Cape.
Glimmer Cape is great for supports.
Yeah, dude. That and the new boots.
The Greaves.
Guardian boots, or Guardian.
Those are
Guardian Greaves.
Those are fantastic.
Those are absolutely incredible. Both of those items are great on supports,
but I mean, the Greaves are one that it makes sense that item exists. Because if you get arcane boots and mech, why not just have it in one slot?
So many damn heroes do that, and then it gives a support something actually useful. And then the what is it that it does when you use it? The hero that uses it, it's it purges negative buffs or whatever. Most negative.
And it has
buffs.
From what I've noticed, it has a really big AOE.
Yeah, that AOE is
it's
massive.
up to 900 now. It used to be 750.
Another awesome thing that I realized this actually this afternoon while I was playing. If you mech and then have your courier with the Guardian Greaves recipe waiting in the middle of a battle, so basically I had the courier waiting in the middle of a team fight, sitting off to the side. I mech'd, had the courier bring the recipe to me, and that refreshes it. So I had 2 mechs in that battle.
Do you think that's something they're gonna patch?
I don't know. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I hope they don't, to be completely honest, because that was fucking great. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I hope they don't. I don't know if it's intentional, but that was awesome. In that instance, I was the hero. I was the hero of the battle, boys.
I don't see that
clutch save last night too.
Fix.
What's that?
You had that clutch save last night, man. That's your new favorite item.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Guardian Greaves all day.
That's what I mean. Supports needed something though. They needed something to kind of revive the love. I've always really enjoyed playing support, and a part of me is I think that's part of the reason is because there's always something to do, whereas carries you're just farming. You're just constantly farming. And supports, you're all right, I've got a D ward over here, try to figure out what's going on over here, help the carry over here. So I feel like there's just there's so much more now. There's so much more that you can do, and there's so much more potential with some of these new items for supports to just shine in ways that they couldn't before.
It's nice being able to build in just a nice late game item, like a Guardian Greaves. If you've already got a mech and you got boots, and you're like, well, fuck, I can get mana orb and it's nice having a kind of a late game item, mid to late game item for supports.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from like there's always been like the scepter, but more options now.
Yep, definitely.
Because it felt like you were always like not all heroes, but heroes with a decent scepter, you were kind of pigeonholed into building that.
Yeah, building scepter, and
yeah,
I've noticed there seems to be, except for like a few support heroes, there seems to be a lot less like Yules going on in this patch than there was previously. Like on a lot of support heroes in the last patch, Yules was like you had to have that item. Like it was stupid if you didn't get it. Especially on heroes like Lina and stuff, and it's still imperative on Lina. In particular,
it's still a good farming item for certain heroes too.
iCat still earlier today went first item, like still had brown boots, rushed, and that was on a farming Lina.
Yeah,
rushed the Yule Scepter.
Well, that's just because of the setup for the stun.
Well, it's got good. It's just got good stats.
It's got the movement that's going to stack with his passive. Like there's still places where it's super good, but it's not like the throw it on any hero item anymore.
Yeah. Which I'm happy to see. I don't know. There's a handful of items that they changed, mainly like the order, like the purchase order, like in terms of like moving items over to the secret shop that didn't used to be there before. That
I still haven't gotten used to some of those.
Still trying to get used to, dude. Like it's so wonky.
I don't know.
Especially plate mail and ultimate orb.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like
ultimate orb.
Those are the two. Those are the two that I'm just like I will walk back to town just like out of habit to buy those things and then just be like, fuck, I was right by the secret shop. Like why didn't I just go there?
I have never once successfully tried to buy an ultimate orb like from the right location yet.
Yeah.
I have yet to do that.
Like, I can kind of get the ultimate orb. I don't understand why they put the plate mail there.
Yeah, that seems like one of the weirdest.
God, I gotta look up what the other item is.
That seems like one of the weirdest decisions that they made. I don't know, man. It's the bizarro Dota lane.
Although it is really I think it's really weird since they took a lot of the farming aspect out of the game. That you can get a Battle Fury straight from base.
Yeah, there's a few items you can just get straight from base now that it plays into the ultimate orb thing.
Honestly, I don't mind. I really don't mind that you can just get a Battle Fury straight from base.
I don't mind it at all. I just think it's unusual.
Or buying a Perseverance at base is throwing me off too, because I'm so used to that being the secret shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's been a couple times where I walked over
since like 2007.
Yeah,
when they first introduced the. Yeah. Anyways.
As far as like, there's just some new cool things. Like I'm a big fan of the Octarina core just for the spell lifesteal.
Yeah, dude, that thing is incredible.
Like for something, there's something like a Zeus or someone that's constantly throwing out spells. Like
dude,
I saw a video of that on a Leshrac.
Yeah, that's a must.
Leshrac, yeah, that's
oh my gosh.
And it was the most insane thing. I tried to do it myself, I think the day the patch released, and I got about halfway to filling it out. I couldn't get the Mystic Staff, and I just got rocked. I went like 2-13.
What, you were yeah.
I wasn't trying to rush it. I think it was like my third item, but yeah, I just got stomped. But mostly because I was just so focused on trying to get that item to see if I could recreate what I saw in that video. Just running around with my ult on and just never dying.
What were you saying, Corbin? Corbin?
Yeah, so in the last 2 days, because I've been studying for finals, I've been watching pro Dota matches because I'm responsible. I don't know, but I've seen it 3 times in 2 days from pro teams.
You mean on Leshrac?
Yeah.
Well, duh. It's like a no-brainer at this point.
It's his like 5th or 6th item slot now automatically.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a hard farming 4 that'll push for it.
Okay.
And then like a random Glimmer Cape too, just go
invis for a couple seconds and gain a whole bunch of life back, and you're fine.
They made sure that like all these invis mechanics still work with all the spells, like the Noyataya. God, what is that even called?
Doctor's ult.
Yeah, but what is it called? Death Ward. Yeah.
Death Ward.
Yeah. It all still just works, except for more shit works now.
So we've touched on the ag stuff here and there. What's your favorite change? What's your favorite hero change as far as like ags goes?
Techie.
Well, yeah, I knew
Techie's
I knew what you were going to say.
Smile.
I haven't had a chance to play through all of them yet. Techie's, like, just from seeing the patch notes, and he just got a huge buff. The OD one is fantastic. The damage hits after they come out of imprisonment. Mm-hmm. So you get that extra bonus at the end.
Damage hit before, and then astral imprisonment was after.
The damage hits immediately, but it counts the intelligence steal that you're getting from imprisonment.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, okay. I thought it did it all immediately.
At least that's what it seems like.
I don't know.
The new Alchemist Ags is kind of hilarious, though. I'm a fan of that.
I mean, just the fact that he gets 4 times Bounty Rune and like.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just still. It's like when we first jumped into the, at least it was my first game since the patch got released, when I played with you and Isaac and Colin, dude, and Colin was just farming up ags for
that was
everybody.
hilarious.
Colin just sat in the jungle and kept dying in lane, and then moved over to the jungle and just bought an ags for everybody on the team, and we still somehow managed to win.
That's because we slayed once we all had ags.
Yeah.
That was the first hero I played with this new patch, just because I wanted to see how much money I could get. I didn't even have a good game and still had almost 900 GPM.
Yeah, dude, it's silly. It's absolutely silly. I mean, like, that gives him such an advantage once and it's so funny because, like, he can farm up that item really quickly, increase his farm even more, and then turn around and get rid of it efficiently to somebody else.
Yeah.
Who could use the item more efficiently than he can, and then all of a sudden he has an extra slot for a new item, like.
And it doesn't count against the slot.
Yeah,
that's the thing that I like, that you can have a 6-slotted tiny
it turns into a buff. Yeah.
Ags buff.
While that, like, you can't say that's not incredible. I don't see that being a realistic, plausible thing in pro play, just because this hero that you're focusing on farm that was only good in the first place because he can get 6 slotted at like 35 minutes, like, you're making him not get an item that gives him damage.
You're taking him from like a 1 or 2 down to like a 3 or 4, and it's a really particular position for him.
I've always seen when I've seen Alchemist played like really well and very efficiently in the early and mid game, he's a ganker. He's not like he's end game, yes, definitely full on carry, but early to mid game, he's a ganker. And I think that kind of it kind of has like that Wraith King effect, where all of a sudden this character can be played very efficiently as a support, because he's got a great stun, he's got that huge AOE for armor reduction, and instances of damage here and there. But
that helps him farm so much faster now, though.
Yeah, that's true. And
he's also a great tower pusher for the early mid game.
Yeah, so I mean, like I think he's got a lot of support to be seen. In TI, even the prelims, dude, I really think we'll see him as a support unit, at least for the first 20 to 30 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden he just emerges and he's a full-on carry because he's got so much fucking gold he doesn't know what to do with it. Like multiple scepters. I see, yeah, exactly. I see where you're coming from, Corbin, and I agree that it's a gamble, it's a huge gamble, but
I think
I think it could pay off.
Maybe not a lot of these scepter upgrades, but there's definitely a couple where they just kind of seem gimmicky. Like
I could definitely see that.
Like the
life stealer double bomb, I guess.
Oh, dude, no! Pick a storm spirit, bam, triple bomb.
Well, no, like I get that, but I mean, is it really worth on a hero that's just so dependent on right-click damage and lockdown to waste a slot on a scepter?
Right.
Or is that one of those situations where you just get the alchemist on your team and say, all right, get me a scepter so I can just get my normal stuff?
Can you seriously?
It could work for both though, really. Like if you just have an elk farming, like he can, I don't know, like it never plays out the way you want it to. Like every time I've been in a game with an elk, it either goes, hey, just go farm, or hey, let's just try to carry and just get kills stupid quickly.
I'm the only viewer right now.
Okay. Good.
Oh, well,
Man,
then
good.
never
We got
mind.
Farsendor. Farsendor all day, every day.
Farsendor every day, all day.
He'll be on soon.
And Magic Bro. Oh wait, you are Magic Bro. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, I can see it. I can see it working in just so many instances. Is the point? Basically, I was trying to get across.
Yeah.
It's
Because you don't
so-
have to just farm scepters. Like, you can farm a scepter for like one particular person, and then go into fucking full on, fucking club tower mode.
Let me try to defend myself here and kind of try to enunciate better what it is that I'm thinking. Like, it from the early game to like 35 minutes, like Alchemist has an unreliable stun. He has a great AoE armor reducer, and then he farms gold and hits things. Like, that's all he does. If you want him to be a successful carry, like, he can't give away 4,200 gold to somebody super early into the game. It's something where he falls off once everybody else catches up. But then you could also stack that up again where, well, hey, he can just do his thing and get 1 billion fucking gold and give his teammate late game scepters, and then they'll have them if they couldn't farm them before. But like even in like 6.73, right? That's what it was for TI3. Like, that was back when we saw him as a hard carry, where he was actually being given this farm. Because he wasn't like since then he hasn't been being given that hard farm that you need to be able to do that quickly and effectively, like on a pro level.
Well, I wouldn't put Alchemist in like a one position. Like, he's more at this point. He's more
And
of a
if you're
two.
if you're not getting priority shit for long enough to farm up all that gold, then you're not gonna be able to do it because you're gonna have to buy different items like
I mean,
a basher and shit.
I played a game with him the day the patch released at as a position 2, and I got my boots up, got my Battle Fury up, and got an Assault Cuirass, and then farmed up 2 scepters to give away, just because I had the money.
It is nice having those items so you
You had
can
3
farm
open
those
slots,
scepters.
but you had the money to give away 2 scepters.
Yeah, but I was also at that point, like, I was far enough ahead that it was one of those, I told the guys on the team, I'll get you your scepters. It was a Enchantress and a Lena. So,
Those are 2 high priority scepters too.
right, but it also gives them the ability to, focus on other items.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's some merit to it. I also got blown up by the new Tinker Ags.
He does damage.
He got a ultra kill on 1 shot with
The
it.
laser.
Yeah, like none of us knew he had it, and he had the upgraded TP boots. TP'd into one of his allied heroes, and we were in a team fight in the dire jungle. And I think I was the first target hit, and it took me a second to realize what happened because it was just 4 bright blue lines that hit the screen, and we were all dead.
That's an item I've yet to see anybody get in this new patch, is the upgraded TP boots.
That was the only time I've seen it so far.
Yeah, I have yet to see that anybody even go for that. To be completely honest, I haven't seen anybody go bots at all since the patch came out.
I've been doing it.
I did it in a game that we played. You saw me do it twice.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you go bots?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
I had
I'm taking it all back. All right,
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah, I had
No,
boots
the
of travel
game
last
that we
night.
won in a base race, it's because I had Boots of Travel for a while, because I twice had, like, re-teleported into the base.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was a little intoxicated.
Upgraded boots are gonna come in hard, and the thing is that, like, when pro teams are all, like, super late game and shit,
Oh yeah.
now they don't have to sneak a fucking creep or, like,
just go
dominated
walk down
unit
in.
into the base. They can just go and just fucking
Rat
punch
Dota
him right
boys.
in the cock.
So here's my
Rat
question.
Dota boys.
Yeah.
Here's my
It's a
question.
Bulldog patch. Of course it's a Rat Dota patch.
If 4 people TP to 1 person, is there the increased teleport timer per person?
No, Boots of Travel. Boots of Travel constantly have never. It's been a flat 2.5 seconds, except for when you go back to Fountain.
Really?
Then it's 2. Yep.
I
That has
also
always been always.
I also like the unleashed Spirit Bear for Lone Druid on Scepter. That's
Yes.
Dude, like all right. So like
And this is a
Lone
bullpuck.
Druid is arguably one of my worst heroes, but
Can confirm.
So that.
after that game, even though I played like shit, like I still had decent GPM just because of the fact that like I was farming in one area and farming in 2 isolated areas at a time, and like it was like I was playing Meepo, right? So anyways, like after experiencing that game, like I've made it my goal. It's my fucking ambition to become awesome with Lone Druid. Boys, there's gonna be a lot of Lone Druid picking.
Once you get the Radiant. Once you get the Radiance on your bear, you can literally just run around in the jungle and get.
And that's the other good thing is
more efficient at farming Radiance.
the mischance on the Radiance now is really cool.
Yeah,
I really like that.
It's like a baby butterfly. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, because I mean, once you get that Radiance, it's easy to follow up with the Ags, and then all this. And considering he's got Lone Druid essentially has 12 fucking slots.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to go Ags. Like you've got all the fucking room in the world.
This is my thing about the new Radiance, though. It's so great for these massive team fights that they're encouraging because it means everybody gets that 17%. It's like everybody has half a butterfly as far as mischance goes. Like, it just everyone.
Yeah, Radiance is becoming an essential item. Somebody on your team should get that. Absolutely, 100% without a doubt. There's a handful of items now that have become like must-haves. And I really, the one thing that I'm still, and maybe you guys can explain this to me in a little better detail. So like I understand, I'm trying to wrap my head around all the potentials that come with this new break mechanic. So like
oh my gosh, I still don't fully understand.
I don't either. Like I really don't.
Around for a little bit trying to figure it out.
I get that it disables passives. But I mean like
the break.
Yeah.
It's great for like against somebody like PA or Enchantress.
Any hero that has a passive that does something. Like let's go back to Lena, like her
Bristleback,
move
like,
speed.
it would be great against him.
Yeah, Bristleback too, but like her move speed and attack speed, if she is somebody that is actually throwing out the right clicks, all of a sudden she slows down.
Yeah.
And then can't run away. Like there's a million things like that. Like, but Bristleback too, especially because then all of a sudden you can fucking kill him when he turns and shows you his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time somebody goes an item like whatever the new Shadow Blade is, or I can never remember the fucking name of that.
The Silver Edge.
Silver. Yeah.
Next time somebody goes Silver Edge, and I'm just gonna be like, show me your ass, Bristle, like in all chat over and over again. Shake that booty, Bristleback, baby.
Yeah, you're gonna be coming for that butthole.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
How do you guys feel about the Moon Shard? It's the item
dude, I love it.
requires 2 hyperstones.
That is the best item that you can get on Alchemist once you already have a Battle Fury. Or
also
Slark. Yes, like because he just hits so fast.
I saw Slark make one. And the thing is that he already has, like, he's tied for max night vision, plus 250 night vision on Slark in night. He sees further than a ward.
With him, he hits so fast that he just snowballs so quickly in a team fight. Because he just does so much damage.
Another item? You just eat it. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's the thing about this, with the Alchemist Scepter and the Moon Shard.
Consumable items
the consumable items is kind of interesting. I don't know how big a fan I am of that yet. But.
Speaking of consumables, let's talk about the item that's on everybody's
mind. The mango?
The one that everybody wants to know all about. This fucking mango. Let's talk about the mango and the tangos.
It's a
Tango
one
mango
shot.
combos.
The Tango mango combo.
Love it.
Tango mango wombo combos.
It's a one-shot soul ring that costs a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. It costs way too much money.
And it doesn't have the regen. Well, I mean, it has regen, but not nowhere near as much as Soul Ring. I hated it. Like I hated this just because it's a mango.
Yeah, it does stack. Yeah.
Gotta call it a mango, otherwise you're not cool.
I've seen people buy 4 mangoes at once at the beginning of the game, and then just running around with 4 HP regen and just eating a mango whenever the fuck they need to.
It seems wasteful.
I saw it on Omni Night. It was really good on Omni Night.
If you're gonna be running around doing shit like that, like at least where I have been wanting to do more with it is I want to bring back, because you know how I used to always do like Nyx, Timbersaw, Bounty Clock offlane. I want to do 2 of them with Nyx and then have 5.2 health regen off the bat, and then just never eat one unless I can get a kill off the extra mana.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm gonna be doing that shit.
Well, speaking of Nyx, how do you feel about the burrow mechanic on him.
I haven't been able to successfully do anything with it yet, but
I hate it.
it looks
Have you played with it?
half retarded.
No, I just played
but
against it.
Blink Dagger included in that in a retarded team fight.
Can you still blink and stuff while you're burrowed?
No, you can burrow and then blink though.
You can blink out of it, right?
Blink and then burrow. Sorry,
Yeah.
It seems like another one of those gimmick ults, but it just looks like fun. Like that's the one gimmick ult that I just want to play with, because I think it's fun. I haven't seen it yet because it's still like you're still not gonna go Scepter on that hero before you get Dagon 5 and all the other shit you normally get. Unless your team is getting your ass kicked in and you're stuck at tier 3s, and then at that point you just kind of post up on high ground and wait for people to walk over you.
Well, ideally, what you're doing is I would always go Blink Dagger and Force Staff and combine that. You're so mobile, you've got just the most stuns anywhere. Like nobody can touch you without getting stunned, and then you can actually guarantee that you're going to land your stun because you can be in position for it because it's non-targetable. It hasn't been targetable since like July.
Yep.
But and just by
it's amazing
doing
how many people still miss that too.
Yeah, I know. But it's not like I've never missed it, I get it. But it's not like everybody's played 67 games of Nyx in 2 months. But it's so good when you actually have two super hard cores.
Mm-hmm.
Like when your 1 and 2 are actually these hard doing damage people. Like if you can just always be in position to just interrupt, the opposing team fight shit, then it doesn't matter what your nukes are. It's all about just getting that stun down, blowing somebody's mana up, and then scurrying away like a bitch.
I mean, he kind of plays like a mobile techie's mind. Like just kind of set up wherever you want and let your team hide off in the trees or dust or smoke, I guess, around him, and let him lead off, and then the rest of the team comes in on him.
And then stun everyone.
Yeah.
Like that AOE on it is huge too.
What's the burrow time on that? Is it in
1 second?
Oh, is it 1?
No, I thought it was just under. It's a full second though.
I think it's a full second to burrow, but it's instant to come out of it.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is then. I'm looking it up now. Give me a second. HOJ.
Yeah, 1 second cast time.
Yeah, so spend 1 second burrowing, and then as soon as you're burrowed, you can stun.
And that's revealable by like dust and stuff.
Not by dust. I think it is by gems and
Gem
sentries.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Huh.
He's invisible, unable to move or attack. You get the extra 40% resistance, the regen bonus, and then it's the cast range, and then the fact that Impale goes like fucking twice as far.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wider too.
So all of a sudden
the cooldowns are reduced. Yeah, and cooldowns are reduced also, which is nice.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Roshan shit, if you know they're about to walk down or up a hill, just be right there ready, and just this huge wide path of stun.
Yeah, that's see, Nyx is another hero I've yet to have any interaction with. Patch came out. Nobody's.
I still don't know if I would ever really get a scepter on him though. It wouldn't be the first item on my mind.
No.
Oh no.
That's a lot of these heroes. Really, not the first item you should be farming.
Tusk. He gets a new skill also.
Yeah, but that kick is kind of useless.
That's what I've been trying to figure out.
But it's hilarious. You could just kick him across the river.
Yeah, no. It's fun. It's fucking funny. Don't get me wrong, but it's not really like
punch.
I'm waiting to see if any of the pros in TI end up picking it up on Tusk, because I've yet to find a way that actually does anything beneficial. I feel like you're still stuck.
The only way that I can see it working like efficiently is if they have some sort of team that's ready and waiting for those kicks to happen. Like if you can get a Tusk that goes invis and then all of a sudden kicks the player into a team, then you have
it's a great way to pick off laners or just it's great.
A lot of gold on a hero that you don't give farm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, to be honest though, he's a ganker. He's obviously like if he's doing his job right, he'll get his gold.
Wouldn't it be more important for him,
Yeah, okay.
Because everyone does, Shadow Blade anyway for the damage bonus on Walrus Punch. Get Silver Edge now, so you get the break, Glimmer Cape to get away. I feel like those are much more important items.
That shit only stacks on your base damage now, though. A lot of shit changed to only base damage.
That's right.
So you only get you don't get the extra bonus from it. So it's like, oh yeah, boohoo, 75 damage. I don't.
And it's still a good way to.
Back when it was like
initiate.
225, all of a sudden that was incredible.
And it's still a good way to
yeah.
initiate. And I feel like you're gonna go on a hero like that if you're playing more of a ganking, like I guess a position 3. You'd probably go Desolator before Scepter with Tusk.
How many position 3 Tusks have actually won games in professional play though?
I don't think I've seen once.
Yeah, I don't. To be completely honest, you don't really see a lot of Tusk played in.
No.
Like I know I've seen 8 or 9 in 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know
Yeah, he never gets that.
He's never picked.
No, I've seen more than that because No Tail tried to take that shit seriously for a while and like
Is that the
actually
game where they got stuck on the cliff at 0 minutes and had to GG immediately? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, that was great.
that was that. Oh
Wait,
man,
when was this?
It was
Look
like 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's about 2 months ago now.
yeah.
Let me find this.
It-
This is
it-
brilliant.
Yeah, they were stuck up there for like
So
30
good.
seconds or something like
Yeah,
that.
they did a 5-man snowball through dire jungle and got stuck
Yeah.
on the ward cliff up by the tier 2 and immediately GG'd because they tried to bring the courier in. It got sniped. They bought another one that got sniped and they just called it a day. So it was a
I think
minute
they
and
did
a half
actually
long
play
game.
that game out.
I thought they ended that game.
I could have swore. You might be right. I could have swore they played that out though. I remember. I watched that live.
I know.
Wasn't that the Chinese Starlight? Was it Starlight or the Chinese tournament? I can't remember.
I think it was the Chinese tournament.
It was a Chinese tournament. Yeah, the one with the compendium.
What was it? ADAC?
No, DAC.
DAC.
It was in the DAC qualifiers.
Yeah.
I did not see that game, but I watched that clip because I was watching Merlini's stream one day, and whoever he was like playing a game with, they just started talking about it and couldn't stop laughing about
maybe
it.
it
I'm
was
like,
Starlight.
I gotta see this.
It was Starlight or the.
It might have been Starladder. Let me see this.
I went out of focus. I gotta stop
video.
here.
Point
Yep,
is,
all right.
point
There it
is,
is.
it was hilarity.
Yeah, it was.
So as we've been talking about this for 2 minutes and have
Yeah.
no idea what it still is, but
Hold on. I'm just
I'm
making sure this is the right video.
in our altered state of mind, we all know it happened, but we're not sure where
Yep.
Frank the Bunny
No.
came from.
There it is.
You got it, Sam?
Yeah, it's M5 and Secret, and M5 was the team that did it. They got stuck on the cliff against Secret.
Did they actually
That's
take the game out, though?
okay.
So it was Starladder. It wasn't DAC.
All right. It was during the same time of both of them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a lot of professional Dota around then. It's really,
Yeah,
really,
who
really
doesn't watch
unsettling when you pass out watching professional Dota at like 6 in the morning. you just look at yourself and cry. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
dude, you gotta question your life.
Yeah, they
Figure out
called
where you're
they
going
called
with it.
GG at 3 seconds.
That's
They
funny.
did. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it was
funny.
brilliant.
Pulls them all up and
Oh, that's funny.
we're able to put that on the stream.
I can. If you link it in the chat and Twitch, people click on it.
Yes. Let's go back to the fucking. Let's try to get some type of track railroad going
Yeah.
west. Let's do it. Mango.
Mangoes.
I hated
The
it at
Mangaroo.
first,
Oh, Hannon.
but the first 2 levels of suicide, if you're out of mana, you can literally just mango and suicide on someone. It
That's
is
true.
hilarious.
Oh, I
I
don't even think about
Techie
techies as a
stuff
human
like that.
being. I only think
The goblin
I
fighting
actually
part, treat him
about
as
that at all.
Good for Tim to stick into his guns.
Still good. Like
Yeah.
no, that's really good. And yeah, I just never would have thought about that.
Good for Tim for thinking about the one logical reason to buy a fucking mango.
No, dude, that,
Is
like
for
Tim,
techie suicide.
Tim.
I mean,
That's
no,
fun.
I mean, to be fair, you can do other shit with it. It's just, I don't know. I think because the clarity gives you way more mana. Like, I just
I think it's
that's-
good also for Sven early on because
Stun?
because he's retarded and his stun costs I guess what 2/3
Yeah.
of his mana
Yeah.
in the first 3 levels.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
The strength heroes that have a stun, they have no mana pool for shit. But if it'll get you a kill, it's worth 150 gold, and plus you've got a +1 regen that whole time. No,
Well, I
that's
think the other side to this is clarities give you the same amount of mana that
They
they
give you
used
more.
to,
yeah.
no,
they-
yeah.
well,
but it takes longer to get that mana.
And you
So,
can't get pinged or anything either. Like, you gotta.
Yeah, so the main, I mean, the mango serves a purpose for certain heroes, I guess, in that regard. Because telling someone who's playing Sven to stay out of damage range for what is it, 45 seconds now on clarities.
Yeah. I think
that's a long time to have to stay away from the wave.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to stay away from the wave that entire time.
You have to hide like a bitch, and you can't even pretend to deny or get a last hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta rely on the sword for denying, at least in that time period. I mean, it works in the rare instance where one wave's pushing one way or the other, and you can do that. But yeah, it is a bitch. So yeah, I can see the value of it on someone like a Sven or Dragon Knight. Well, maybe not Dragon Knight. Someone with a big stun. I could definitely see that early game.
Mm-hmm.
And the regen's not awful.
It's not really viable on Wraith King, I don't think. I think Wraith King, like, all you have to do is get a couple points in the stats, and you can cast Hellfire Blast like 2 times.
Well, if you're going against like an anti-mage or a coddle, I could see it potentially like giving you your ultimate back. Like in the rare instance, that would happen.
Why not just Soul Ring then?
That's true if you have a Soul Ring. I'm thinking like early on, but yeah, if you have a Soul Ring. Then
it's not very hard to farm Soul Ring.
Yeah, it's 875.
Soul Ring take long.
Yeah.
Talking about though, I kind of I could only focus on one thing at a time there.
That's generally how we treat you anyway, Corbin.
So I don't know actually what we're talking about. I just
mango games.
We're talking about mangoes.
On Wraith King. That's what
on
we're
Wraith
talking about.
Wraith King.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think it would be viable on Wraith King.
No, but I'm saying if you got in the rare instance where you have like an AM coddle lane or something, that could potentially save your ass.
Yeah.
That's some top decking shit right there. That's some house shit right there.
Jesus, RNGesus just all
right?
up in this place. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of like instances with heroes. Like I heard somebody the other day say like who the fuck was it? Alex was talking to me about the potential of like having mangoes on Bane. And I brought up the same thing. I was like, well, why not just get a Soul Ring? He was like, well, we can. It takes a while, especially if you're playing Bane as support, to get that Soul Ring. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's true. You kind of have to get the first blood or like a lot of assists to kind of be able to get that Soul Ring within the first like 8 minutes or so of the game. Especially if you're a hard support.
Then you have all the gold.
Not enough for a Soul Ring, especially when you're a hard support and have to buy like couriers.
Well, now that you only have to buy 1 ward.
Yeah. We don't have to buy one.
Would you? All right. So I guess here's my question:
you have to buy 1 ward?
Yeah.
Would you buy mangoes after your initial loadout?
I have, and it has been awesome. It netted me kills.
I did on Zeus when I was mid.
I did on Techies, but again, that was just for suicide.
Because I feel like the more you buy those, the further you're delaying getting things like Bottle or your Soul Ring. Things that are multi-use.
I actually did it recently on Zeus mid because I was so far behind and needed to get that Bottle, and I was having a really poor time getting last hits by just right-clicking. So like I bought the mango and then used it to continue casting my Q. And that eventually ended up paying off.
That 150 gold investment netted you like 275, so then you were able to get your Bottle.
Right.
Yeah. That's a tight edge judgment call.
Yeah.
I mean, I've bought tangos after initial loadout just because I was getting stomped, so I guess it kind of falls with the same thing with mana pools depending on what heroes you're playing.
Well, the one time that I did it and it worked out incredibly well was the Chaos Knight game we played last night, where I ended up buying 2 more after it started, and because I was able to just throw out like 3 stuns, like we ended up getting. It was 4 of us chasing 2 people, but we actually got the kills instead of just running around with our heads cut off.
Is there a cooldown on that, by the way? Like those
Not that I know of.
Okay.
So you can use 4 mangoes back to back to back.
Yeah, I know I never had a problem, and I know I blew through a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think mango is one of those items. Its gold needs to go down a little bit, not a whole lot.
15 ups.
I'm thinking 25.
Feels 125.
135, I think, is just enough to like make it so that you have to be more constructive with your initial item purchases. Because if it was 125, that fits in too well with how everything is stacked. Like, let's say you're gonna. Let's actually do the math here. So you buy 2 mangoes, that puts you up at 250. If you're doing an off lane, then you can buy a stout shield and regen, and get a stick.
Yeah, problem. I don't understand the issue.
Then you're starting with with too much items. Give it the only take away 15 gold, and now you have to.
You can't get all that for an offlane. Stout shield stick, 2 mangoes, and regen.
Yeah, that would be.
That's like 800.
That's if you random. You could do that if you randomed.
Yeah.
You're not talking
random
magic.
gold.
You're not talking magic stick. You're talking
No,
about,
I'm talking about a fucking stick.
Branches.
Tango or a branch?
Branches.
Yeah. Sorry, a brown stick. Not a magic stick, a brown stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand now. That was my fault.
There are a lot of things in fault, Court.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see how that's too many items, honestly. Especially if you're trying to do a solo off lane and you're against a tri lane. I think that balances out.
I just
fine,
don't see them
but
dropping it down.
I don't think they would either. But
maybe like 140 or something. I don't even see them dropping it down to 135. I think they'll keep it where it's at for maybe 140, but I don't think they'll go below that for a while.
I don't see
they might
them
tinker with other
dropping
starting
that
items.
price until after even TI.
And they're
Like,
not going to change anything before
the
TI.
only thing they're going to change
Yeah.
between now and TI is they are going to fix bugs, and if there's something that they missed that's exploitable, they will change that. And they will try to have
or if
it
there's
done
something that Admiral
so that,
Bulldog
like,
really,
fits.
really wants.
Bulldog patch.
Yeah.
No, then they'll take it
Yeah.
away from
Ice
them.
Frog's
Like,
just gonna
no,
message
like,
him on
if-
Skype.
If Bulldog just shows up to Ice Frog's house, he's like, all right, I'm back on Alliance, but you have to put this in before TI starts. You can do it the day of, and I can be the only person to know.
Did you guys read what like Dota had to say about dropping Nikwa?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they said he was the weak link.
Yeah, they said that it's not that they weren't friends. It's not that he didn't play good. It's that he was, what was missing from their team cohesion.
Yeah.
And also, Bulldog never dropped from Alliance. They actually even never stopped paying him. Like, he was always on Alliance. He just wasn't on their active roster. And
Yeah, I mean, but that's common with a lot of teams, though. They run like a 6th person that,
Yeah, and since he's come
kinda
back,
hides.
since like what was that, like 9 months? Not 9 months now. 8 months that he left, because he left right after TI.
Yep.
He like left, and in his 4 professional games since then with Alliance, he's 2-2. But before that, even when he was filling in for Alliance and he was taking over the hard carry role, he still went 2-1. Like, he knows these people because they live near him and he plays with them all the time. Like, he even plays with them on stream. Well, he hasn't really ever played with Loda, but like he's played with PyCat a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad to see him back, to be honest.
Yeah. Because I used to jog that knob all day and night.
I don't even remember what the original point you were trying to make was at this point.
I don't either.
Well, I was gonna try to talk about like Alliance changing their roster, like because a lot of people were like, well, Nico was there in your darkest times and like helped, like he was part of the resurgence from when they went to like clearly
From
low.
whence they came.
Yeah.
Dude, they dropped
Big time.
way low. Like they were like low tier 2 almost. I won't almost low tier 2. They were clearly strong tier 2 though. And then now like it's gonna be a road, but
there's still a lot of time before the international, and I think
you got a couple more hours to figure out what the invites are.
Yeah.
Well, it's sometime tomorrow, isn't it? Where it locks?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we have hours left until the invites go. Like I don't think Alliance on that is gonna get an invite. Like,
I've got
think they will,
Alliance. I've got Alliance as my
will.
10th.
They absolutely will.
Just because they won TI 3? Yes.
yeah, but
3.
do you see Navi getting an invite too?
Yeah,
No,
I think they will too.
I don't have Navi getting an invite.
I think
Navi
everyone-
has done.
I think they will on name
in the
alone.
last
Yeah, just
10
because they won, like name alone.
Yeah, like there's like a handful of teams that like regardless
too.
are going to get invites, just like without a doubt. And yeah, Alliance and Navi are 2 of those teams. Like I would be granted, I could eat my words tomorrow, but I
No,
really,
no, there's nothing wrong with that because that's totally cool to do. It's something that we do. We all, sometimes have to choke on it. But let's actually look at this because I'm just curious as to like what you guys said. I just want to know.
I need to open up my Dota again to see that. Hold on.
To see choking on it, to see Corbin just choking on it. All right, there you go.
Doobie won last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so I
then
also see
Noobs
that.
only has 2 of their.
Yeah, but again,
winning.
just on name alone, the fact
Well,
that they won
I'd be
They've also
really.
had success all winter.
I'd
Well,
also be really shocked if the defending champ doesn't get an
They've
auto
had
pick.
success
Yeah.
with the last patch all winter.
yeah.
You know,
They
like-
had the dry spell when they were all like, "Fuck it, we don't even care. We just won like $1 billion trillion in Chinese money. Why
Yeah.
do we care?"
Yeah.
Now,
But-
there's a handful of these teams that I have no idea who they are, and I haven't taken the time to look them up.
Yeah, I haven't been following the professional Dota scene at all this past patch because it's been so fucking boring to watch.
Like, I have no idea who
it was
Vega
either
is.
sniper or troll, and it was a 45 fucking minute game, and all it was both teams trying to farm as much as possible. And there was like, because everybody was so afraid of getting into team fights because of the gold rebounds,
Yeah.
and like it's just it was so boring.
And I think it's going to be a lot of the same
So
teams that were in the
fucking
qualifiers
boring.
last year.
I have no idea who Wheel Wreck while whistling is. I don't
Like,
know.
even from the Americans.
Shitload of W's.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I hope they get
Confirmed.
this right just on name alone.
Signature thrust
Yeah,
is.
so, I mean, who...
And I know who, there's
who's
only
Complexity?
2 teams I don't know.
Who's
You don't know who
Complexity?
Complexity is?
No.
oh, man,
Well,
you gotta see
their current lineup is
Russell boys.
way different from their first. Okay, so do you remember the old Team Fire with like Hannah Montana and Fluff and Stuff and
Yeah.
TC?
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
love fluff and stuff.
Complexity
Oh,
is
fucking
fucking
lineup
name.
is oh god, what did they used to call themselves? I can't remember what they used to call themselves.
I mean, there's a lot of really good teams that were in TI last year that I don't know if they're going to get in as far as auto bids.
Sports, please.
I also don't know
Reband.
who 4 anchors and a sea captain is.
I'm just gonna zoom in on Sam's
Dude,
crotch cam
that's-
real quick. Already.
I don't know,
Yes,
like,
let's
That's the
see.
beard.
haven't looked-
It's beard cam.
I haven't looked who's on that team. Sorry, I've got my laptop in front of me.
4 acres and Sea Captain is the Finnish side of Fanatics Fall Down.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, a lot of these teams split up last year after TI.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked into who's on what teams now, and I think that's why some of these names I don't recognize.
Yeah, I definitely though have been watching a lot of Pro Dota 2 while I've been doing homework. Like,
Is it because it's as boring as studying? Is that why you've been watching?
not this patch.
Not this patch. Not this. I'm talking about the previous one.
it's because I never don't know what's going on based on just by the level of excitement of, whoever's shoutcasting, or without just glancing at it for like a minute. Like, it's something I can listen to in the background that's never anything that's on repeat. And, like, I can't even listen to all my podcasts while I'm doing homework because I get too drawn into what's going on. Like, it's
Yeah, I
great
guess.
for driving because while I'm driving, all I have to do is not kill myself or someone else. But,
I
doing
guess-
homework,
Listening to pro streams, you just kind of tune it out until you hear somebody scream really loud, and then you look at the screen for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Cyclops is
Isn't
casting.
it kind
Spree
of like that
Bree.
with any sport, though?
Except for baseball, right?
Yeah, fuck baseball.
Boo, baseball, boo.
Baseball, boo.
Boo, baseball, boo.
All right, let's get back to the fucking patch and the fucking.
I thought we were going to talk about who we picked for our fucking invitations.
Okay, Corbin.
Yeah,
who the
let's-
fuck
Well,
did you pick for your
we're gonna
fucking-
address compendium stuff at,
Yeah.
at the end here.
Oh fuck! I
Oh,
completely forgot about
I
that.
can wait for that. I can wait for
We gotta
that.
talk about the companion.
Yeah, we need,
All right, back to the
we need
patch.
to get some of this other stuff.
I'm
Let's just
sorry
do
that I.
Hold on, let Tim reign in control here again.
fucking numbnuts. Let's just do your
Like,
favorite
just
your favorite hero scepter upgrades, or even just the buffs or fucking nerfs or anything. What do you guys hero
My
wise?
biggest ones, the OD one is fantastic because I got to try that out last night. Luna's
I
is
saw
really
that
cool.
in action. That was great.
Yeah, Luna's is really cool because it turns
Luna's
her.
is incredible.
Well, it
it's
gives
not
her-
really
it's
cool.
fucking-
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it turns her ult into Gyro's sceptered ult, but a lot stronger. It's global. You stick it wherever you want, and then Druid. Those are my 3 favorites. A lot of them I think are gimmicks. The Legion Commander one. Name me a game in even Brown League Dota where somebody's not going to show up to help whoever Legion's dueling for 35 minutes.
I've I've had a lot of duels expire.
I just hope that like one day in professional game in one professional Dota game, we're gonna see both teams just come and like hover around and start placing bets in chat.
Dude,
not getting involved with the fight at all, just placing bets in chat on who's gonna win the duel. That would be amazing if teams did that in TI. Please, if there's any professional players that happen to be watching this stream at any point, it's never gonna happen. But do it.
You can all.
That won't happen though. There was the Peruvian team that got like half their prize pool money cut out of some American tournament, and then like 2 days later, Arteezy was in chat during Star Ladder, and like told people like to like eat a dick or shut the fuck up or something. And they were like, well, why are you in chat? And he was like, because you were talking shit. And like it started during the draft because like he just knew that people would be talking shit, so he just jumped in and started, just doing like a, firestorm, just causing shenanigans. And they're like, dude, you don't understand that we just like seriously condemned a team because we caught them watching the live stream, and then you are in chat. Teams are now, I think, not willing to risk that anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they shouldn't be. There should be a lot of fucking like punishment that comes with doing something like that. That's not okay.
I love how the Peruvian team got caught though. They had a 24-hour live stream of their house, and one of their players, because they're all in the same room, one of them alt tabs out of the game during a pause that was total a puppy pause, and you can even see that the game that he goes to, which is on a Twitch stream, has like the logo, like in the corner of the screen. That it's the actual Spanish cast of the game, and they stay paused.
Can you be more stupid? Can you possibly be any more dumb? Like, I don't understand. You know you're being broadcasted, and you take the chance on doing something like that.
And the thing is that there were two screens you couldn't see, but he was the one who did it.
Yeah, that's just so stupid.
Also, Centaur's ult, crazy good.
Yeah, let's get back to the hatch.
Yeah. Crazy.
I want to point out, if you have a Bane with the Lena ult, fucking hilarity ensues. It just never ends.
With Lena's ult or Legion's?
Or Legions, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you Legion ult, like I saw Sven and a Legion do it, Bane ult, it literally never ends. Like it went on for like. Well, no,
it depends on how late into the game, I guess, because it does.
Yeah, I guess item-wise, but
there is a
heal.
damage tick.
Yeah, like he does more damage than she would heal. It just never
the 90-minute game.
That's funny. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I don't know. Nothing will beat the nightmare instance that will forever live in infamy. That should go down in just Dota history, dude.
What about you, Palmer? What's a hero you've been playing that you really?
I have really. This patch has made me very interested in split pushers. I'm gonna be playing a lot of Nature's Prophet and a lot of LD.
Nature's Prophet, fucking.
Dude, that Scepter ult
is so dumb. Like, it's so awesome, but it's so dumb. Like at the same time.
Dude, it's great. It keeps all lanes pushed in. All lanes pushed in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so dumb, but it's so awesome. Like it just.
Well, okay. The only times that I have ever seen Aghanim Scepter on Nature's Prophet before this patch were from Admiral Bulldog, and it's when he was so rich that he had a courier following him around with the Scepter and a refresher orb, and he would just double ult with Scepter and then change the items back out. And like the game was already at like 78 minutes, and he already had 1 billion trillion fucking gold. Like, I don't see that being better than a different item for split pushing.
I do, and it's simply because of the fact that it doesn't only it increases the damage of your ult, so you have more potential to kill things.
Does it?
And get
yes.
Gold. Yes, it does. And get gold from progressive ultimates. It weeds out the weaker heroes, especially if you have vision all over the map. And then on top of that, you can use those treants that have spawned to continue pushing lanes and get you more gold. It's like I don't know.
The treants that spawn are short-lived and weaker unless they're from a hero.
But what I'm saying is like every instance that I've used it, I'll get like 1 or 2 treants, but the rest of the creep wave will be very weak. So inevitably, my treants at least get 2 or 3 more additional creep hits. That's an extra 150 gold per fucking, or 120 gold. Let's say every one of them gives you 40 gold each. Extra 120 gold per treant that spawns on top of everything else. So if anything else, it just makes you even more rich. Like, you don't have to hold on to it for the rest of the game, but it keeps your lane advantage constantly on your, or it keeps you having a constant lane advantage and gives you more gold per ultimate that you use. It's
as long as you have control over your lane, because otherwise you're just giving the enemy gold.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, if you have control, it's a good anti-push type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I'm obviously I've still got to experiment with it. I've still got to kind of figure it out. I've been playing a lot of unranked lately because I'm just trying to get a feel for how everything's changing before really jumping into it. I played 2 ranked matches today and won one and lost one.
I got.
Yeah, I'll start playing ranked once I actually start playing this game again.
But I'm 100% serious. I'm gonna start playing a lot of bot matches just in terms of with Lone Druid, trying to get a better grasp on how to micro both of those units much more efficiently than I can now.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Nature's Prophet. I'm a really big fan of what the potential that lies in with both of those heroes. I mean, a lot of the new items really benefit both of those heroes too. So I don't know. That's or not necessarily new items, but the way or new item mechanics benefit both of those heroes quite efficiently. So I think those are probably going to be my 2 most played heroes in this new patch.
I'm pretty familiar with you playing Natures, but this Lone Druid is kind of, it's new and exciting, Palmer. It's new and exciting.
It really is.
It's not your style, though. It's not.
But I'm determined to make it my style. Like,
you will bend it until it breaks.
Exactly. I will figure out how to play that hero as best as I can. You know, and
you're going about it the right way too. Like you're gonna knock out some bot matches and stuff first, kind of get a feel for what you want to build. And like, yeah, as long as you do it that way, I'm all for it. But yeah,
that's the big thing with this patch.
It's gonna be a while before you'll see me play Lone Druid again in a ranked match. Like,
I mean, that's the big thing I feel like with this patch.
In unranked, I don't really give a fuck. Like, whatever. But like, you know, it's gonna be a while before I'll ever touch that hero again in a ranked match.
I'm still trying to figure out, I guess, the right order to build some of these items in, considering how some of the typical builds for these heroes has changed. That's the thing that I think is throwing me off the most so far.
What heroes in particular are you talking about?
I guess like with Scepter in particular. When's the right time to get Scepter on some of these heroes? Have a new Ags or even just a upgraded Ags. When, like for Natures, at what point would you get the Scepter? Like, when would you prioritize saying, I've got, my TP boots, silence, an escape, like a blink. Is that when you go for a Scepter, or do you wait longer than that?
No, it'd have to be mid game. Like, otherwise it kind of falls off.
Yeah.
Like, keep the anti-push up.
Honestly, I've had some really good luck with Nature's Prophet's games just going Scepter first.
Scepter first.
Yeah. Okay, not first.
Well, yeah, but I mean, first big item.
Core item. After Midas and after Boots. And that's
not even going Maelstrom, like just Boots Maelstrom, and then I honestly have like at least in the last couple months thought that Maelstrom was a more important item than Midas for how aggressive games have been played.
It would wholly and completely depend on how aggressive your enemy is being. Obviously, if they're entering if they're entering the jungle and stuff constantly, and I don't have enough of an opportunity to just sit in the jungle and farm away, then no, I wouldn't go Ags first. But if I'm being untouched, then Ags is absolutely the best item to go first because it increases your jungle presence. Just because you can have more treants especially if you're playing on the fucking Radiant side, because all you have to do is just raise some treants up in the middle, pull all 3 camps with those treants, ult once, and then bam, all of a sudden that whole fucking camp is cleared, and you can just move an army to the other 2 and just mow it all down. Like, you can have all 5 camps destroyed every minute if you do it right.
And even if you don't get the combo, like if it's an earlier mid game where you don't have wards all over their shit, when they still have towers up, it's great for just, seeing if they're doing ancients or not, or just little things like that. Check Roche even, just shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you're right. Like, you brought up earlier about how they have shorter durations. That's not necessarily a bad thing, simply because of the fact that all of a sudden you just have like a little mobile ward that you can just throw out there, and you're not worried about it getting necessarily beaten off by the enemy team. Like they don't have gold.
Yeah.
Gold. They don't. The enemy team is less likely to destroy it because it'll expire much more quickly. So I think they're actually more efficient in certain ways, but it also depends on kind of your playstyle. I've never really been much of a hit and run person on Nature's Prophet. I've always been like, I'll sit back and farm, pop in and get a or help with a kill here and there. But I've always been the type to like sit back, farm as much as I possibly can, and then all of a sudden have a massive presence because he's one of those heroes that can just snowball out of control if he's untouched.
That's super different than my playstyle because I always will go like I loved it when we first started seeing Blink Dagger Maelstrom because that was all about me. Like I would go boots of fucking travel on him just so I could like real quick pop and bounce.
It's all about kill stealing with nature.
Completely
especially now
different
with this
playstyles that both work really well. All right, sorry.
See, that's the issue with this new patch that you would see, Palmer. Since you like to sit back and farm and wait until late game, you don't get as much money doing that now. So you have to jump in and out of lanes.
You absolutely do though if you play it right. Like yeah, you won't. Part of the reason that I think they nerfed the gold is because of the fact that they gave here like especially the split pushing heroes, they gave them ways to make up for that gold loss. Like like for instance, Lone Druid, as soon as you get Ags on him, he can farm in 2 different places at once. He's essentially Meepo. With Nature's Prophet, you've got the extra trees. Like I said, if figuratively speaking, you get every tree that you bring to life from your ultimate gets 2 or 3 kills each, that's still a massive gold gain compared to what you had previously. Like before, it was just if you didn't kill the creep, you didn't get the gold for it. But now all of a sudden, bam, you have much more potential of doing it. It's just more micro intensive. That's all.
Right.
So like yeah, there's gold nerfs, and I totally see why they did it, but it's not necessarily something that kind of walls you off from being able to sit back and wait for that late game.
Yeah.
As long as you're stacking and pulling, and if you have supports roaming and stacking and pulling and doing shit like that, it's viable still. Not but still, it's still doable.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, like obviously, I think everybody's kind of trying to figure out what the meta is going to be. Nobody really seems to be sure.
I've been having a lot of fun with this patch though so far.
Yeah, so have I. That's really the one thing that I've got to commend this patch on is the fact that this has been the most fun I've had with Dota since I don't know. They introduced Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like one of the first games I played in this patch, I saw a sniper on the other team, and it was the first time since that huge buff to like sniper and troll and axe and juggernaut where I didn't immediately figure we lost the game.
That's something actually that I want to bring up real quick. Considering the way they introduced techies, do you guys think we're going to see Pit Lord introduced at the end of TIs?
No, we're going to see Electric Dog before we see Pit Lord.
You think so?
Yeah, dude, the way that Dota has evolved Pit Lord, and the fact that they can't pretend like his ultimate isn't make your team go anywhere. Like, do you remember what his ultimate does?
Yeah, it ports the team.
It relocates everyone near him to anywhere.
Yeah, no, I understand, but like, wouldn't that make sense with this current meta, especially if it ends up being like a split push thing? Wouldn't that make sense?
Much more explosions, push, and killing.
I would expect both heroes to be in development, but them to be waiting to see how this plays out before they deal with Pit Lord. Because if they bring in Pit Lord without that, that is the one fucking thing that he does, other than cleaves, rains, hailstorm, fire that has lasting burn damage, and then what was his third ability?
Atrophy Aura?
Didn't he like raise something out of the ground?
It was Atrophy Aura, I thought.
Atrophy. No, I think Seb's right.
Oh,
yeah.
See, like when I think Pit Lord, I'm
thinking
I know like,
this.
Way
I was
back.
watching.
He used to have like a third ability where it was almost like Undying Zombie House. It raised something.
That was when he was a hero in Warcraft 3.
No, dude, it was totally.
Really?
Yeah, dude, like when he was first introduced in Dota, which is the way that I'm familiar with Pit Lord.
Okay, so I looked it up right now.
Ability.
I've got this up on my screen right now.
I think you're thinking All
Sam,
Stars
what's up?
like that.
Because I'm used to it like 2009, 2010.
These were his skills: Firestorm,
Yeah.
Pit of Malice, Atrophy Aura, and Dark Rift.
What was the Pit of Malice one?
Pit of Malice, a deadly pit is conjured at the target location. Any
Yeah.
unit that enters can't move and takes damage. Each enemy can
That's
only
it.
be affected once.
That's
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, his skills are already in the test client.
Yeah. It's not a secret that him and Electric Dog are in there.
Yeah,
It's McGee and Electric Dog are like in there. Because they even have the orb effects for Electric Dog. Honestly, I don't even know their real names. Like, I've been calling them by these names for so many years that I don't even remember what they really are. It's kind of like how I forget that you're not Plammer and Lugs and Sam. Well, Sam fucking
Well, I am
shit.
actually Sam.
Yeah.
Sam!
No, like I know these people as Plammer and Lugs because when we played a game of Dota together, I named them while I was blackout drunk, and I have never called them by any other name.
There's a circle of people that never call us by any other
my
name.
screen says
Circle
says
of jerk-offs.
Lugs and Plammer. Like, that's what it actually says. Like, their names are not whatever their names are. It's Plammer and Lugs.
Yeah.
All right, enough about fucking intoxicated Dota.
Yeah.
Corbin,
Dota,
you haven't listed off any heroes.
Okay, I was waiting for this actually because we've talked about a lot of different ones. The one that I'm waiting to see the most because I want to see somebody a lot better than me use it is Weaver.
Oh,
I want to see
the time shift on heroes or
Yeah,
allied
I
heroes.
want to see a hard carry Weaver like randomly just because it's got a 20-second cooldown with that shit. Just randomly just save whoever the other hard carry is, or like save a puck, so they can reinitiate and fuck shit up again. Like, I'm just waiting for like this pro level of play where Weaver gets it and just wrecks face. Like, not by doing normal Weaver stuff where Weaver just kills everything, but by doing like active heads-up plays where you save your team and kill everyone else because of the people that you saved.
Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, like personally, I think that's one of those things that's going to end up like I think the cooldown time on that's going to get nerfed before TI happens. Like,
I don't know about
honestly.
before TI, but I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah, we have to see
If it doesn't get banned, if it doesn't get changed before TI, he's just gonna get banned a lot.
Yeah, that is something that
I don't
we're
know. There's
not
a lot
really
of heroes
considering.
you want to ban now. Like, I don't know if
Well-
Weaver's the top priority.
What did FNG do during both matches against Alliance?
I don't know.
This
I've
round
watched
ban,
it.
they banned Lone Druid and Nature's Prophet.
Mhm.
Both times they did, and they won both games.
Rip
But that's-
Palmer.
He actually, in the interview before the game, says, this patch is really new. I'm not exactly sure what's going on yet. We're all still feeling it out. But I just saw the Admiral Bulldog's back, and I'm going to ban Lone Druid and Nature's Prophet just because I think it would really piss him off, and that makes
Hey, it works.
It took him a lot longer to say it because the interview was in English, but he did, and
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was hilarious, though, because he's like, I'm going to do it for the sole reason that he's back and I want to piss him off. I love the guy, but I'm going to do it.
All right, and obviously all I play anymore is fucking. Actually, with the new patch, I played a couple heroes, but all I play is fucking techies. His scepter upgrade, doing the placing the invisibility sign. At first, I was like, "Oh my god, this is so overpowered," and then I was like, "Oh my god, this is fucking worthless." But it's actually
Is it?
no, it's really good if
At
it's really
protecting
only
the lane.
useful. Yeah, it's really only useful if you're getting not dick stomped, but if you're getting pushed in. But if they're pushing mid and you just drop that sign,
People will fear the living
on the edge
shit out
of
of that
the
sign.
well,
Yeah,
you have to
they
do
stay
something with
away
the sign.
from
You
it.
can't just stack like you have to stack mines, but you almost have to do multiple stacks. Like what I do is like they'll send not their most like maybe a number 2 over it, like not a fucking support, but they'll send someone scary over it. I'll blow one stack and kill him, and then the whole team thinks, "Oh, the mines are gone. Let's go!" But the mines aren't gone, boys. They're there, and then they all just die. It's fucking fantastic.
Have you been able to get a refresher on that yet? So
No,
that you
I
get
haven't fucked with the.
I mean, you've heard about that though,
Yeah,
right? With
yeah.
the 100. I think it ends up being a 15-second gap between signs.
It's what
Is the
it-
difference between the
You can do it. I
how
didn't
long the
realize it was
sign
that
lasts? Because it's how long the sign lasts, and then the difference between that and
Right,
how long
right.
it takes for the refresher to come back up. I think it's like 5 or 15 seconds.
Oh no,
Because
I've
the
just-
sign lasts for 3 minutes and has a 6-minute cooldown.
6-minute cooldown, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you can have the sign up like every 15 seconds after it expires,
Yeah.
Well, the
which
one
is
time
just
I built
insane. I mean, it's
or-
wild.
yeah, the one time I built a refresher orb on techies was when I bought boots of Travs right before it, and I literally just suicided Travs back in and suicided again. It's just, like I don't play techies like as I'm
You play
supposed
techies to piss people off.
Yeah, I just play techies to make people cry and
Yeah,
because it
because
amuses me.
you're a goddamn troll. That's why
It's
you play
fantastic.
techies.
That's the only thing that's got me back into
But
Dota.
that's
so
the way you should play techies.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
that's
He's a
absolutely
fucking-
the way you
he's
play
a-
techies.
Like, if
hero.
the people on your own team aren't saying, "God damn it, why did you pick techies?" You did something wrong.
No, they say that at first.
No,
they
then there's
get a
something
mega
wrong
kill,
with the
and they're-
hero.
And then they're like, "Oh, never mind. This guy's all right. He's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's good."
No, because everybody says that because they know what the hero is, and then Lugs does his full-on retarded shit, and then they're like, wait, what?
That worked?
Like-
Like what? Like
First
every
blood?
single game we played like the other night, you got first blood, right? Like
Dude, it's easy.
You always get first blood.
You never expect the Spanish Inquisition, boys.
Yeah, no, that's the truth right there. That's the truth.
And if you do it right and it times out right, you can literally spawn, get brown boots, and then just run back to lane really quickly. Like
Have
it's fantastic.
Aside from the Agsalt, have you had a chance to play with any of the new items on him? Like, have you thought about thinking like outside of the box and putting any of the new items on him and how he might be?
No, I'm really just working. I'm trying to think of new mining strategies, honestly, just because they pop so fucking quickly now. Like it used to be, it was like 1.8, 2 seconds, somewhere around there. Now it's like half a second and they just pop.
Yeah.
Like it's really annoying if with Yules being so popular in the last patch. If someone Yules and my stupid techie ass is scruffling along trying to lay a mine, and they just walk away as the mine's laid down because they have like 2 seconds to get away. So really, I'm just between that and stasis trap. Like I'm just thinking about new mining strategies. I'm not really fucking around with item builds.
What did they change for
Octarine
Stasis
core,
Trap?
man.
Just the cooldown. The cooldown's reduced. Both landmines and stasis trap. Stasis trap not as much. It still takes a while, but it's definitely viable in team fights. Like if you can just force staff in, lay down a stasis trap, and then you're probably dead. Maybe get a suicide off. But then that stasis trap went off in this team fight, and 4 heroes were stunned except for their support. So my team just came in, and of course Isaac cleaned house. Like it's just so fucking great.
Yeah,
And most of my games,
and
half of my games, I've had an Alch on my team, so I'm just like, farm me a fucking Aegis while I just build like a force staff and something stupid. Like it's fun.
So there's a full second taken off of the activation and detonation of Stasis Trap, which is huge.
Especially in team.
Like that's like 33.3% huge.
Like if you don't get blown up right away, you can just lay that as a fight's going on, and it can just turn the fucking so quickly.
Yeah.
I'm getting I'm getting way more attention than I used to. Like just fucking around.
I think the only new items on him really worthwhile are the Glimmer Cape and the Octarine core. If you can farm it up just for the cooldown reduction, you're just constantly dropping mines everywhere.
Mines are physical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are now.
Alright.
Well, I would get the Octarine core for the cooldown reduction
Yeah.
on techies.
Like pretty much all this techie shit is physical. It's all just fucking explosion.
Yeah.
Wait, do the mines still do damage to towers?
Oh yeah.
They
Yes.
do.
Yeah, I thought that they
There
had
was-
changed the way that siege armor worked. Because
They
this
took
is
2
all...
They took 2 armor off the tier 3 and 4, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, because
2 and 3.
This all goes back to where there's hero armor, light armor, heavy armor, siege armor, and what was the other type of armor? Because even now it still is even kind of there where it's the original Warcraft 3 sets of armors.
So I thought they got rid of a lot of that stuff.
It's still kind of been there. They've slowly been getting rid of it, but I was just curious as to how much was still left. Because even in the August patch, the patch that came after TI, it still had some of that stuff. It's always been invisible, but it's always sort of been there. That's why you can do the math on how much damage targets take, and you're like, wait, why does it take more damage from this source than another? It's like, oh, well, it's because piercing is still technically what the ranged creep attack is.
Yeah. How about, speaking of ranged, how about the Diffusal Blade working on ranged illusions now?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know
that.
Works. It does 50% damage, right?
Yeah.
I think that makes
Which is still a lot
Marana-
for...
I think that Marana,
Drow.
Manta style with the Diffusal Blade, that is for penny to penny the most damage you can do to heroes. But it doesn't mean that Marana is any better as a hard carry because she's not.
Right.
But it does mean that there is this opportunity where you can do insane fucking damage.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see what happens when all these Chinese teams are forced to fight at like 7 minutes instead of
Dude,
70.
They're gonna get crushed this TI. It's all gonna be Western teams dominating.
Yeah.
Unless they quickly adapt their playstyles to meet this meta, there's no chance that any like Asian teams are gonna do well at all.
VG Game 100% will adjust, and quickly. I think IG has plenty of time because I think they're getting an invite. I think they have plenty of time to adjust. And those are the two Chinese teams that, everyone else is really looking out for. I don't think New Newbie's going to do it. I like CDEC, eHome, MY, you can go down the list. I don't know who's really got the real potential, and since Old Boys isn't really a thing, that's what you got to look for, and they have proven that they're on their shit. Their brains are working at 150 do math %.
Well, we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. Let's start covering the compendium stuff. Let's talk about that.
All right, let's bring that up.
Yeah, we can't get in. We still haven't even touched on item changes, and there's so much shit in this patch.
That's why it took 3 hours for Cinderin to talk about shit, and he was
super important item changes, I guess, outside of price changes, because there are a lot of price changes.
There are a lot of price changes.
A lot of price changes. Bashers do less damage. Doesn't really matter.
They do damage on Bash now, though, don't they?
It changes damage. Yeah, it's 60 damage on Bash, and you get more strength, which means more damage for strength heroes and more health for strength heroes. But yeah, it effectively does a small amount of less damage.
Yeah, the flat damage is reduced, but
also when you do
damage
the
on
math
Bash
and
now.
you do it, it's reduced. It's reduced by I think it's an effective 9% damage reduction.
Yeah.
And then also the cooldown on it is longer for when you do bash somebody.
Desolator got decreased 10. Yeah. Diffusal Blade, we talked about. The most important change in the game, Divine Rapier, gets an extra 30 damage.
Is that really the most important item in the game?
Absolutely.
It absolutely 100% is.
No, fuck that, boys. Vlads now works for range heroes. It's 10%.
That's incredible too.
Huge.
It got a 10% damage buff. Come on. It already was the go or throw item. Nothing changed.
No, the auras are bigger now.
Everything
Radiance
is 900.
has really big. Radiance has the really big miss rate added to it for any enemy that's in the range.
Well, we already talked about the 17% and how it's half a butterfly
really
for everybody.
Big. You can eat wards now. That's fun.
Yeah, that's pretty
Heart of
cool.
Tarask for the first time ever got a buff instead of a reduction in the health percentage. Because once upon a time, I remember when that was a 7% heal.
Yeah, but also the disable time is bigger.
Yeah.
And it's 1 second, which isn't huge, but I guess in a lot of team fights it could make a big difference.
It's not enough to, I think, overcome how big of an extra. What is that? That's 100 and no, not 100%. It's 62.5% extra health a second. Dude, that 1 second, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean that's a
new magic
huge...
one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they fucking
which makes a lot of sense.
All the charges.
And then Mask of Madness.
Love the Mask of Madness nerf. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, that was.
I'm taking over your thing, Sam.
Yeah,
you're good,
the
man.
Mask of Madness nerf, honestly, I couldn't be happier to see.
Yeah,
that.
I was seeing liches with Mask of Madness. That shit had to end, man.
Yeah, that was just dumb. That was absolutely.
It's so badass until the whole Juggernaut thing happened, and before that, it was starting to get questionable. But once that Juggernaut patch hit, fucking over. I don't even want to see that shit anymore.
And if I read this correctly, if I understand it, because I haven't actually seen it in practice yet, you can't miss when you're attacking a ward, so no uphill miss chance on cliffs.
Yes, that is correct, and they also give experience. You cannot miss a ward if you can see it and attack it.
I did not know
that. Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool.
Which is awesome.
So my
That is
absolutely awesome.
1.2 million chance to have 9 uphill misses in a row.
Yeah.
That'll never happen again.
Yeah, dude. There's no instance where a support's just gonna get picked off because he can't fucking hit a ward after 10 attacks.
The fucking mad space cow comes out of nowhere and just ruins your day.
And let me tell you, boys, when I played a lot of fucking CM back when that Arcana set got released, that happened to me like 2 or 3 times, and I got really pissed. Like, I missed it like 8 times and ended up getting fucking killed because of it. And that pissed me the fuck off, boys. So the fact that that's no longer in there, dude, that alone helps support so much, dude. Like,
yeah, this is a very support-friendly patch.
It's the support patch. It's the, like, nobody wants to play support. Let's continue trying to make it more attractive. Like,
and then as far as the items go, also, you've got just,
that part is more about that. No, so
what items are required to build things like refresher, changes. It's just perseverance.
Refresher wand, like all sorts of.
Yeah, I do kind of like the new refresher change because it makes the build up. I think to the people who normally make it, I think it makes the build up more worthwhile. Like it actually gives you 2 perseverances that now actually are worth shit.
Yeah, typically.
You should probably tell people what the refresher change was.
Oh, it's 2 perseverances and a recipe.
Yep.
Instead of the Oblivion staff.
But you can buy in base now. What the fuck?
Yeah, you buy the whole thing in base. Yep. The only thing about it I don't like is you don't get the intelligence. And it wasn't a whole lot of intelligence, but...
You got some decent stats off that, yeah. And once you...
Yeah, I mean, that made... I mean, you get more HP regen, you get more mana regen, which you need, but...
2 of them is just a bit much. I think I honestly I like the old refresher better.
Like the plus 10 attack speed doesn't make a huge difference, but a lot of times it's the intelligence.
It does on heroes like ODE. It does on heroes.
Yeah,
like
but
ODE.
I mean you're going to tend to have some items that take care of that anyway.
Though, like 10 attack speed, the damage
when you can get something like the moon shard that gives you 120, 10 attack speed's not a big deal anymore.
Those on OD though.
That shit would be hilarious.
That would be really fucking funny.
That would be great.
Boosh, 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 boosh.
Yeah,
but no, I mean the 6 intelligence, because a lot of times it is intelligence heroes getting that item, getting the refresher orb, so not getting any intelligence bonus kind of sucks.
You're spending 5,200 gold on an item, 6 intelligence, whatever. Like,
but that's the same thing with 10 attack speed. Exactly, you're spending that much money, But they took out the intelligence. They took out the attack speed. It's not a big deal.
I said, fuck it. It's 10 attack speed. Fuck it. It's 6 int.
Right.
Like, you get twice as much health regen now. You don't get a ton more mana regen. And the other thing is that the percentage base, like, if you are an intelligence hero, like, the extra 50% isn't going to do very much. But, like, it made it a more relative while you have 2 perseverances. Like, that is a lot more regen than what you have as the item.
That regen's really beneficial for somebody like Tide.
Yeah, where you can actually be farming nonstop. Period. Like there's no perseverances that you couldn't just be farming either a camp or a lane without getting harassed.
Yeah.
Like, and without losing health or mana, even, because even though they changed how much it costs and how the Anchor Smash works, like it's still so good. It's a buff.
All right. Well,
Mjolnir change though, because that used to always jump uphill and it used to always proc on far.
Oh yeah, it doesn't anymore.
And then
it doesn't touch invis heroes.
Yeah.
Cast range is bigger though. That's nice.
That's just for casting out on your ally though. The static.
Oh, it's not for the actual.
No, that
doesn't have to do.
Well, procking is whatever your attack range is. Yeah, that's what that is.
That's right. And also, Zeus's ult doesn't hit invis heroes anymore. It hits everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
Instead of running down the order of the list, which is a really big change.
It used to be where if you got revealed by whoever was next to you and you in order, then you would actually take the damage. But now it actually procs 5 at once. That's a good thing to bring up, because Zeus is still a hero that we are still seeing a lot.
Yeah,
he's pretty strong this patch.
Yeah,
like
he is.
I do expect to see a lot of upgraded boots of travel though once people figure out how to take this shit back to the late game again, because it's 2,000 gold and it's to anything now.
Yeah, I've actually I've been in many games where someone on my team has farmed that just for the push. It's a lot of money for between TPing between a creep and a hero, but it can mean the difference.
Yeah,
like
it makes all the difference.
By the time you're at that
I'm
point,
waiting to see what kind of
or you're pushing.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just waiting to see what kind of really cool plays that people are going to be able to make by TPing to a hero instead of a creep wave.
I mean,
could think
potentially, like if you had like a nature
near the secret shop, or like near the Radiant secret shop. If you're Dire, sitting in the trees on a blink hero, TP to say anti-mage, and then have anti-mage blink on the Radiant hero when the guy TPing in lands.
Yeah, just have like an insta-sun set up or something.
Yeah, I think there can be some really interesting plays. I think it's way above
getting TP'd on, though.
Typically what any of us are able to pull off on a regular basis.
Yeah, I see it in professional play like that being, more... if you're going to TP in it on that hero, you know what you're going to do and you know what's going to happen, most likely. Otherwise, you are... like when was the last time that Demon was on EG and through? Just stupid throw plays.
Right. Well, let's cover the compendium stuff.
Yeah, let's get to the goddamn book, boys. Goddamn book.
Goddamn
the good book.
Fuck it, damn it! I already spent like
year.
$37.
Well, fucking you do that every year.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
No, I
spent 48
bucks last year.
48. Nice.
I spent 48 bucks and 2 of the $10 point packs.
Yeah, I've just
last year.
I just bought the $27 book. I haven't.
Damn, am I the only one that bought the regular compendium?
And then I leveled up to 100.
That shit is depressing.
Dude, it's 10% off, and I'm not going to play enough Dota to unlock anything.
Well, to be fair, when I bought my book, I was like, oh, I'll just level it up like I did last year, but no.
That's totally different now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of that.
You've got to be really good at Dota to be able to do that yourself now.
You gotta not have a job. Holy shit, I'm never going to have time for that. I have shit to do.
Turned it in. They really turned it into you have to pay to unlock the one thing. Let's be honest. The one thing in the compendium that people actually want.
What do people really want? Because I know that I want is the Enigma Golden Black Hole. Because I actually played a decent amount of Enigma, and I was down for that. As far as things above that, I don't know what a Reforger pack is.
I think it's any of the effigies you made from the effigy blocks you'd used last year. You get to, I guess, undo the effigy itself, get the block back.
Wait, are they gold, though?
Well, I think it's
I think the last one is.
Because there is the gold effigy block of the International 2015, but effigy Reforger pack? Like, dude, I still have like 6 or 7 blocks.
Yeah, so I have like 3 blocks left over that I just like, and I could not give a shit less about effigies, dude. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like
I don't care.
Every time I see a special effigy in any sort of game, I make it my goal to destroy that effigy. Like I will stop going for objectives that make sense just to destroy. Like anytime I see one of those stupid diamond effigies. Bam, that shit's gone. If I get a chance, dude, I prioritize it.
No, I love my ice set for Timbersaw that I did. I spent like $2.20. Ice effigy. No, but it's Timbersaw doing his dance, and it says serrated condom saw you in half.
Yeah.
Like I've played 6 games, and I'm at +9 for his rating.
Stop doing the pose. There you go.
Dude, I love it. No, I'm out of beer.
Yeah, I mean,
assholes.
If you're looking, looking through the compendium, they said there are going to be more levels added. I think.
God, why? No,
not
more.
It's
It's
at
lower levels.
It's at level 250, and every 50 levels onwards, you get 25% challenge coin rate.
I think you get immortals every 25 or something.
But so I mean, Jesus Christ! To get to level 250 alone, you have to drop either like fucking $120 or fucking play a shitload of fucking Dota.
No, you can't. You literally cannot farm it up just by playing it. Like,
Yeah,
someone
that's
on
not
Reddit
that's not
did
what
the math.
your Reddit
Cover the
page
math up.
says.
Yeah.
Well, not in time for the international, rather.
I
Or
guess,
by the
yeah.
time the book stuff ends, like it takes.
You don't think you can
fucking-
play 5,000 games between now and the time the international ends?
I
Possible.
blow my brains out before that happens.
I've been playing
I have to
Dota.
put in 5,000 hours of Dota. Like,
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
we saw South Park do it for WoW. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but those were boars,
You
man.
gotta-
That was the boar
You
forest.
got to dedicate yourself.
There's a difference between the boar forest and Dota.
No, so
It's
I
much more
have-
taxing on the soul.
look. All I know is that I love my wife, and she would leave me if I tried to put 5,000 hours into Dota between now and the international. I'm pretty positive she'd just leave.
Are there 5,000?
I mean,
She
She
wouldn't even tell you.
She would no, dude. She wouldn't even leave. She just had my stuff packed and asked me to leave.
So I mean, like getting back to the, I guess the levels here.
Just bought
It's
a new
it's
house.
a lot of hacks. It's a lot of hacks.
She's not
I have
gonna-
no.
Is it- what?
I have no idea what. It's 2 levels. The manual of fearsome moves.
Yeah, there's some stuff that isn't out yet, and they haven't really expanded
Explain
on
what
very
it,
much.
yeah,
Yeah,
what it is yet.
And it's like a lot of custom
It's like-
effects, TPs and blinks and stuff like that they did last year. Also, I
There's
guess
less than
everything's gold now.
2,500 hours until the international starts.
Yeah, so if you win, and you have to win these games to be able to get anything. So you'd have to win 2,500 matches of Dota.
In like 12 minutes apiece. Non-stop.
it's-
period.
yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
fucking Volvo, man.
Yeah,
What
so that-
what happened to the days when you could just play it? And, like, I understand they want to get more money for the international and have more money contribute to the prize pool and stuff. And,
But they need a balance of fucking this
yeah,
shit. Like
no,
all
the-
of
the
us.
I
compendium-
agree 100%.
Yeah.
When
I
did the
just realized how
compendium
many
release?
things I unlocked are still locked and I haven't gotten yet.
When did the compendium release? What was it? Thursday?
Yeah,
week?
late
Last
Thursday, like Friday morning, basically.
So
I
at
bought
this
mine
point right
yesterday.
now, we're already at $5.5 million. In
oh, it's gonna hit the stretch goal. in,
5
like,
days.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
hit the stretch goal inside of a
So
month.
last year it was just over 10 million, right? It was right around $11 million.
Yeah, it's right around 11.
Yeah.
What do you guys think it's going to get to this year?
I guarantee you we're gonna hit everything this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 25.
Well, every single year it's been they have run out of like shit that they planned.
Yeah.
Well,
But hold on, what
they
would they
keep
have
adding stretch goals
so far?
So right now it goes all the way up to 15 million is the top stretch goal that they've got right now. But it said
I only see 9.4 million.
Oh, it says they're likely to add more stretch goals once.
Oh,
again.
that's how much more is left. Oh, sorry, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
The giant.
so
okay.
15 million is the max. You get the special immortal for Axe and a long form Axe comic, which
Who
who
gives a
doesn't
shit?
want-
Fucking cares? Yeah.
Dude,
Like
Comics
what?
Best? Comics
I'm
Best?
So-
too.
I do have to admit real quick that the CM comic was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, man, Comics Best.
But I mean,
Cool,
here's-
it's not
here's-
But
worth.
not worth, not worth that much. No
Like,
way.
dude,
So here's the thing.
Injustice. Those things are $2 a piece, and those things are way better than that.
Yeah.
But all right, so that's 15 million. That's the total for the prize pool, which means that's $60 million that's been spent on compendiums and compendium related things.
Right.
You take that into effect and you look into what you unlock based on whatever level your compendium is. The one thing that most people have been clamoring about is the Enigma artifact and how much money you have to spend to get that. Outside of that, you're just getting one of the same 8 immortal sets for the heroes that are listed. Kind of seems a little absurd.
It's
compared to
more than-
last-
it's more than a little absurd.
Compared to the way that last year's compendium ran, where you could rack up level points just by playing the games, that's a lot harder to do now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It's
yeah,
mainly
I got
hard
like
just because you have to
130 levels.
It's mainly hard just because you have to win.
Yeah, not
Like,
only have to do these
get
challenges,
coins.
but you have to
Yeah,
win
You have to
them.
win.
Yeah.
You have to
that
win
is
the
the
game.
dumbest thing. Like,
Especially
Well,
when
the
they're dumb
challenge is just
challenges
the
where you
points
throw the game to
set.
get them.
Yeah, dude. Like what? I was like,
We
no,
almost
boys,
did it
we have
last
to
night.
lose this tower so I can deny it. Otherwise,
I'm so
we
happy you
can't
didn't
win
get
this
that,
game.
by the way. I'm so happy.
my
No, I mean, we
favorite thing
almost did
was
that last night.
the tower die to a siege creep while he was standing there, just so neither of you would get it. Like, just out of spite, because you were like, no, let him attack the tower. And I'm sitting there at the tower like, no, fuck you! And then he's down there, and you're like, oh, well, at least you should deny it. And he's like, no, fuck that. I think that's stupid. I think the concept of that is stupid. And like, yeah, all right, I like that.
Whatever.
So it's definitely turned into a much more profitable enterprise for Valve this year, I guess.
It's pay to win.
What do you mean,
That
more
whole,
profitable?
that
Pay to
whole
win,
fucking book is pay to win. Like,
Yeah.
Like, and like, you know, and that's the part that kind of pisses me off about the whole thing. It seems like the lower tier prizes are the ones that are actually worth getting, whereas like the higher the stretch goals get, like they're not
for the stretch goals or the book level.
I'm talking about the both actually.
Okay.
Or the book level, I think, is where he's.
Yeah, but like, well, no, dude, some of those stretch goals are like stupid, dude. Like,
That's true. There's shit that was
like at $12 million, we get a new music pack.
Yeah, like who fucking
boy,
cares?
we already have
And
like
at
4.
13 million. At $13 million, we get a new Dota 2 announcer.
Although, what if it's like a Townsend music pack? Then that should be like the ultimate like.
The only way that I'd like give a shit
Ziltoid.
about dude, what if it was a Ziltoid voice
Ziltoid.
pack?
A Ziltoid announcer, dude. Could you fucking imagine?
Remember how they had like fucking Darude at the after party? Darude was literally like, "Well, dude, we'll play any show for like $50,000," and they're like, "Oh, $50,000? Yeah, we can do that. Here's 70.
Yeah.
Like, get here." You don't understand. I mean, it's a giant joke, and people don't remember appreciating your music for the most part of people who are going to be there, but... Also, wait, why was it that we've not gone to the International this year?
What's that?
Because you were like, oh yeah, dude, we're going to go. And
we're going on a trip in June, and it's going to be kind of... like, I looked into hotels.
Didn't you look it up? It was like $2,000 just to get out there and stay there?
It was gonna be like, it was gonna be $2,000 total for us to get tickets and to get because hotels jacked up their prices for that weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I actually looked at it, and the cheapest I can get out there is $79 on the Amtrak, but I already live out in the Midwest.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that cheap for us.
The hotel was like gonna be like $600.
Sam's already taking a week off for the trip that we're going on to the Outer Banks, and so like it was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I would really love to do that.
So if right now we booked hotels for TI7, we might be able to do it at a reasonable price. That's kind of what
I don't mind doing it, but I can really only. I mean, I think all of us can really only afford to do one trip, per year. And like I think Sam and I are both very interested in going, but
I don't, because I know how much money I'm gonna spend there. I don't want to spend a lot of money to get there.
Right.
That's the thing too. It's not just the hotel room and the venue and everything. It's just you're gonna want to buy all these stupid plushies and tokens.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to bring like another fucking suitcase when I go. Just
for
shove it full of fucking plushies.
No, guys. I just found out that my best friend and his wife are expecting, so I'm gonna be like 100 miles away from you in a couple weeks.
Word.
Yeah, well, so we need to talk about that later. But I just found out like the other day. He hasn't even put it on like Facebook or anything. Apparently, I'm the second person in Minnesota to find out other than his mom.
Now the whole world knows. Our 2 viewers who might possibly be watching right. Farson Door, you know.
Kervin's gonna be around.
Well, I'm one of our viewers. Like,
yeah.
Oh, like, this is basically just like a conversation here.
Yes.
We had 6 at one point, boys. That was the highlight.
Oh God.
Thinking we're rambling on about Dota. So we should keep doing that. So we got the book.
What else do we have?
I mean, I'm not really happy with the book. At this point, it's just kind of a habit at this point because we both got it, or we all got it. Past couple of years.
Yeah, well, I got it, and I spent a bunch of money because that's just what I do because I hate myself.
Well, you see, like I think last year found a good balance.
Last year was good.
Last year's was actually pretty good. Like I didn't
We
mind
got a lot of
coughing
really
up
cool
the money
stuff
to
out there.
have like the head start on everybody, but I didn't need to spend anything more to continue to level up.
Yeah, level 74
this...
was the last time that anything actually changed or mattered. Everything past 74 was just more
250 and you get bullshit. Like, who fucking cares?
So I'm at like 98.5 right now, and so I've got the Yule's effect, some themed color for text, a coin prediction charm, which gets me more coins to buy old sets.
I'm at 6. I got nothing.
Not even new sets, and that's the extra shitty part. Is all the sets that the only thing you use those coins for is buying old items that you
That
can
you
already
can't
get
sell
through the
for.
sell or
market.
trade.
Yeah,
Well,
And that you can already get through the market for, you know, what, a nickel?
3 cents.
Yeah.
Or a nickel
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, isn't it that they're only tradable once and they're not marketable? So what you have to do is have a friend like Lugs, where you can like give Lugs and whoever has the set that goes onto those trading markets like an equal amount of like, you know, shit that's worth cents, where like then they'll make the trade.
Well, remember, they did the whole, they are opening up the item recycling that they did for Year Beast and all that other shit they do it with.
Oh, they're actually bringing that back.
Terrible.
Well, it was
Yeah, they're
better
bringing
than
back
fucking
items, like-
nothing, though.
Yeah, like congratulations, it still sucks.
Now, I do know that the Immortals...
Well done!
RNG
well
bolts.
done, Valve!
Yeah.
I know the Immortals are supposed to be tradable at some point.
Yeah, September.
Yeah.
Really?
What is
The
it?
chest
Yeah,
is
it's,
Immortals.
September?
August 31st.
well, as soon as TI is over, the Immortals are tradable. And then
Right now, it
marketable.
just says August 31st.
Christ, but they're still not marketable.
Not until the end of TI. So sell them at midnight that day, and you're going to make a lot of money.
At that point, everybody... No, at that point, everybody...
No, at this point, the market will be flooded because there are people buying like
everybody will be
stupid
putting
high
them
levels of these books. So
Yeah, everybody will
I
put them
got
up on
6
marketplace
of
at
the
same
tier
time.
1 immortal chests, and 4 of them had bonus items now. I now have 2 of the Golden Luna things and 2 of the Night Stalker things. Like, I really think that was the biggest bullshit to say that they weren't super, like, rare.
yeah, I know a lot of people have got the
'Cause
Night Stalker set
got-
too. So.
I got the Night Stalker set. I don't remember if I got the Golden
Yeah,
Luna.
I thought you said that you got 2 Night Stalker sets and 1 Golden Luna. Because I got 2 of each. Yeah, no, here, get on, look at my inventory. I've got them all right in there.
Let's take a look here.
Well, as fascinating as that sounds.
I saw him log on so that he can look at how I'm actually...
Well, I was actually going to check, because I don't think I've actually opened up any of these.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
did not get the Golden Shield. I've got the Blue Shield. But I do have the Night Stalker set.
Dude, straight up, I can just give you one of these golden shields. I don't give a fuck, man. If you really
I
want
mean,
it.
in all fairness,
But you can't.
the particle effects do
Oh
look
shit! You're right.
fantastic.
I can't even just give it to him.
That made
I mean,
me
in
so
all-
happy. That moment right there just brought so much joy into my
I
life.
can't even give this worthless shit away. Why am
Yeah,
I
like-
willing to give worthless shit away?
But I mean, in all fairness, the particle effects are really good. I guess it does make it
Dude,
look
that
kind of
Pugna
cool.
Award, like GG, best.
The pug looks awesome. No, holy shit! Did you see that pets are still broken? And if you have a
Yeah,
pet,
dude, my armadillo works perfectly.
No. What I mean is that Admiral Bulldog reacted to a gank because he saw the pet.
Oh yeah, I have noticed that. It
I
follows
was
Slark
hidden
around.
behind Freeze.
The armadillo is not broken though. The armadillo, if you go invisible, the armadillo disappears.
It didn't right away though. Like it didn't quick enough. It burrowed itself, but he saw it burrow and runs away.
Yeah.
Then said afterwards, he's like, "No, I saw this armadillo biller. I saw this. Oh god,
Armadillo?
Armadillo.
I try so hard to like speak English properly to you guys, and you just rub it in so hard.
Oh,
You
Margie.
sound like you live in Fargo. That's a thing too. It pleases
Oh,
us.
Margie.
We go to a pancake's house.
Margie.
All right.
All right,
What else
so-
we got on the book? Anything else?
Yes,
I think we've pretty much covered how shitty the
Items
book
aren't as
is.
good as last year. It's very
predictions were. I know I keep going back to that, but I'm just
you're a fucking
curious.
prediction person.
Who's everybody who? I can tell you my predictions. I've got EG, Cloud9, Newbie, Rave, Secret, Empire, LGD, IG, Vici, and Alliance.
I have all those except the third one is Alliance. Or wait, no.
Newbie or Rave?
Rave. Instead of Rave, I have Navi.
Not that brave.
I was thinking about swapping Rave out for Team Malaysia.
Really? Have you seen
Yeah.
what they've done in the last 3 months? Because they have already folded once and then founded a new roster that continued to do nothing.
It was.
You think-
I was looking at either Malaysia or Tinker. Those were the two
I
other
have
teams.
Tinker in mind because their success since even right before they ended up getting black, like they have actually started doing something.
Mm-hmm.
While they are now technically in America's team because Bulba,
Yeah.
I really don't even know what else to say about Sam. Not you, Sam, but Sam Bulba.
That fucking name though.
They're
Sam.
Damn.
Damn.
they're getting shit done. The
Yeah.
thing is that you can tell that the only reason why they do stupid shit is because they don't quite get instinctively what each other are gonna do, and that's why they have no problem in the Americas. That's why they fucking like burnt down Not Today twice in a row, like burnt them down, and that before anything else, like Not Today for a while was like the next thing to EG. While EG
Mhm.
was like a true tier 1 team, they were like the next contender for Americas, and Team Tinker, like at this point, is like, no, I don't really care. And then EHUG and Complexity have also been doing really well. I don't feel like either of them deserve a direct invite, but I mean, they're doing really well.
I think there's a number of teams. I'm just looking through the listings right now just for these invite teams. The teams that are going to make it through the qualifiers. Because it's how many teams end up getting through the qualifiers after the invites?
4, and then there's the wild card.
Yeah, the wild
So
card
it's-
is 2-1.
Okay.
Because it's like you win the wild card and then you face off.
Right, and then the winner
Right.
of that is in the international.
Yeah.
So-
I also do think that Alliance is going to get a direct invite because of how they've come and then how they are, like, Bulldog's back for a matter of days, and like they show that there's a little bit of like the whole
There's
thing
some
with
rust.
like it's not rust. There's a couple like lines that need to be resoldered so that like Mad and Bulldog are on the same page. But in those matches they were just slowly falling behind Virtus Pro, who is an incredible team as of late. And
No, that's the
it's
new
not-
Virtus Pro, right?
Yeah. It's
That's
not
the
like
Virtus Pro that used to be Asus Polar.
it's not entirely, because there was also a lineup change there, if I'm recalling correctly, because FNG is drafting now.
Right.
But like for how unstable the scene is right now, like they're a stable team.
Yeah.
Is kind of how
I wouldn't be surprised to see Virtus get an invite over one of the teams I've got.
They're being invited.
Say that again?
Does anyone not have Empire being invited?
I've got them.
I don't believe I do. Wait, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Well, why aren't you just looking at it? You got 2 monitors. What the shit?
Nah, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and your picks.
Well, do we have any other major points to cover?
No, I
not
think
in the
let's.
compendium. I guess the final point for the compendium is if you really want the Enigma thing, you got to spend the money for
Instead
it.
of money for some
If you want anything like
If you want the hats, you got to pay for them this
anything
year.
above level 10, you're pretty much gonna have to buy. Like that's just the way it is.
Which is it's a huge
Like,
bummer because last year's compendium was really good.
Yeah, last year's was fucking fantastic. Like
And the year before that was even better.
I think I
I
got
can't even remember that far back at this point.
Let's
You didn't,
Yeah, I don't
you
even-
didn't need to buy anything more than the basic book the year before
Yeah.
that, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I mean,
Really.
part of me understands why they're doing it. They're trying to raise more money, I guess, for the prize pool. But does
Well-
75% of this prize, does $7.50 of every point pack have to go to Valve, or should it go to the prize pool?
Well, this goes back to that giant shitstorm that we had, where it's like, okay, this is something that Valve knows that every penny that they throw into it will still make them money. They will still get their money back from it. But the other thing is that it gives them more money. And they're still a company where they are spending a lot of money to figure out what works.
Right.
But
At this point, Valve has made.
the other week, they also make a lot of bad decisions still.
So at this point, with the prize pool right now, Valve has pocketed from sales on this over $15 million. Have any of you guys had server trouble lately in games?
No.
No, actually,
Not really.
Actually,
No.
I'm probably one out of the past.
well, me and
12 or
Clem
so.
are on fiber.
Yeah,
Well, I wouldn't really.
but there
Like,
were.
yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
had
More
legit-
questioning the network integrity than the actual.
I haven't legit had server problems on Dota for a couple months.
All right.
I had Rockstar Online problems earlier today. I can tell you that bullshit.
That's a different game.
So
Corbin.
pay for the hats and pay for the server maintenance from Volvo.
That is another thing. Holy shit, how much do you think that their bill for bandwidth and then employees that are doing that and then the server expense, that is something that you do have to consider because of how many millions of people fucking play this game, and it's not League where you can buy heroes or like the Blizzard thing, Blizzard All-Stars, what is it now?
Here's the Storm.
Yeah, Heroes of the Storm.
It's getting to the point
Which
where
is on ESPN now, actually.
Yeah,
Holy
they
shit,
have
I
the
spent
Heroes of the
$80
Dorm
on that game,
That is
and
so
I wish
fucking-
I could take every single one of them back. That game is not that good.
No, it's not.
It's fun in bursts.
Platform.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think I
like,
played
casual
it
it
since I
was,
got
it was
it.
really fun, and then I was like, this feels worthless. And then it was like, oh, hey, look, some new heroes. Oh, this is...
That's pretty much the only
worthless.
time I get on that game anymore is when they announce a new hero.
Yeah, like...
All right,
if-
boys.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up anyways. For
Let's
the
do.
Dota stuff.
Let's everyone speak their final piece. We'll start with Kerbin. Kerbin, what is your final piece with this
Don't
Dota
start
patch?
with me.
All right, fuck you. Sam, what's your final piece?
Damn!
Sam.
Just the new patch is a lot of fun. Still trying to feel shit out. I've got a handful of hats because I like hats, I guess.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't?
But
That's great.
I've earned
Doors
50
for
points on
everybody.
I've earned 50 points on levels in probably the last 10 games that I played. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm at 25 myself. So
I'm not gonna get up in levels.
4 games.
I'll be surprised if I pick up 10 levels in points before the international starts. And I play this game almost every day. So I don't expect to spend any more money on point packs because if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna spend enough to get the Enigma thing, which
Yeah.
I don't
Balls
I don't
to
play
the
enough unless I played
to
Enigma
be fair,
constantly.
I
would do it.
probably will between now and the international.
Oh, yeah, you
I
have
feel
that.
that I'm better off waiting for somebody to sell it and then buying it rather than spending the money to get it because I don't care about the shit in between.
Yeah.
might be smarter.
So I feel like the patch now, after I've looked over everything and played through a bunch of games with a lot of the different heroes, I feel like it's a lot more balanced than it was. Troll Warlord is gone, but not forgotten. He got me out of the Brown
Where's the
League.
sun?
Got me out of the Brown League and ranked, but yeah, so far it's starting to remind me a lot more of Dota when I started playing Dota 2.
And this was like 2 years ago, because I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember when
Yeah,
you were just the new guy. When Palmer was like,
yeah,
hey, my friend
Oh
wants to play
gosh,
Dota.
that was when we all booted out Cooker. And that was Sam showed up right before we just decided to boot Cooker.
Yeah, so steps in the right direction.
Yep.
That's what I've got for this patch right here.
All right. Palmer, what about you?
Lone Druid for life.
Please get better at it. Please.
I will. Don't you worry. Watch.
I'm worrying, motherfucker.
Oh God, Lone Druid for life. Compendium sucks dick. Volvo, please
Yep.
fix.
Yep.
Gabe, kill yourself.
We want free hats. We want free hats. We
There's
don't
been
want
a
paper hats.
lot of shit on the Dota subreddit about trying to add some type of way to earn more compendium points, so I would not be surprised if Volvo.
They'll add shit. I'm sure.
Yeah,
they will.
I wouldn't be surprised if they.
Aghanim Scepter, best item. Other than that, fun patch.
It's
That's
it's
it.
the
just real concise, guys.
Ag Scepter support Bulldog patch. That's the name for this one.
Yep.
All right,
I don't care for the Bulldog patch name though.
Deal
don't.
with it.
It's a
Deal
thing.
with it.
Just
What it is.
fucking deal with it.
That's what it is.
Prophets and druids all day long.
All day.
We're going back to the Stone Ages, boys.
Yep.
Best. Kerbin, final thoughts. Go.
All right. I would just like to point out that we have been ragging on Valve for weeks. When is the last time that we had shit to talk about EA?
Well, they have a stable client.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
They make
what
games.
has happened?
They're
that
getting
we're at-
ready to release Dragon Age Inquisition DLC for free. Like, I have nothing bad to say about them. Like,
Yeah, like what
And the
is
first
going
one
on
turned to
in
good
the
guys.
universe? What is going on
Yeah.
in the universe that we're mad at Nintendo and we're mad at Valve and EA is all of a sudden like the golden child? Like what?
EA turned into good.
fuck
EA
happened?
turned into good guy gaming.
Oh, they'll get some shit on them again when they fuck up Star Wars Battlefield. But
No, Star Wars Battlefront. Holy shit!
That'd
I
be
need an
cool.
If that
hour
game-
to talk about that later this week. Like I can. Oh,
That game's gonna come out. I'm gonna lose my job.
No, you're not, because you're not going to be able to play the game if you aren't working full time.
You're going to kill yourself because the game is so bad? Is that what you're saying? We did like an hour rant on Star Wars Battlefield Front.
And you already did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you already did. No, because, like, dude, EA is releasing that game for $50. When the first Battlefront came out, you had everything, like fucking everything. Now it is easily going to be $250 just to be able to pay to unlock everything.
Dude, you need them X-Wing skins. What do?
So
And,
that
like,
answers
there
your
won't be
Corbin.
a
That
way
answers your
to
question.
unlock
That's
them.
when we're gonna start talking shit about EA again. You know,
Yeah, when that
give
shit
them a
goes
breather.
by.
Let them take a timeout, and we'll.
Hey, they've earned it, man. Stable
Yeah,
climb.
absolutely.
They're actually doing
But-
sales
but-
now. So.
So about
Wait, no, we talked shit about their Humble
6.84.
Bundle. We talked shit about
Oh, yeah, their Humble Bundle. Not their Humble
Humble
Bundle.
Bundle was pretty shitty.
Plants vs Zombies, best game. Come on, boys.
That's true.
I played it, man. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
man, best game.
All right,
All
Tim,
right.
what are your final thoughts?
Oh, just Techies is love, Techies is life. That's all I was.
That's all you gotta say.
That's all I gotta say. Techies was fun last patch. Techies is fun this patch. That's all I care about.
Techies is even more fun this patch.
Yeah. All right.
Breaking
So,
techies, best techies.
This has been our that was the best video. This has been our special Dota 2 patch cast. We're gonna try to do more special casts like this in the future. We have Corbin returning for his second time with his wonderful sweater, and we have Sam with his glorious beard making his introduction. With his glorious beard of gloriousness.
God reading rainbow.
That's get Jordy out of here.
That is the last
bullshit.
thing that I
Jordy!
want staring at my face before I go to sleep.
That's the thing. That's what you see when you die. Just that.
God damn it.
It's beautiful. You're all jealous.
Right.
Time for my nightmares to begin.
All right. So we hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you next time when we do our next standard cast, and we will be rotating people in and out more often. You're likely to see
I won't
both
be
Sam
here.
and Corbin again at some point in the future.
Yep.
So take care, everybody. Hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, just so you guys know, there's a 90% chance that there may not be a cast on Wednesday.
Oh, right. No, there isn't going to be a cast on
Okay,
Wednesday.
100% chance there
Yeah.
will not be a
I
cast
completely.
on Wednesday.
Thank you for pointing that out. I completely forgot about
I
that.
got like a final on Wednesday. I won't be here.
No one gives a shit about you, Corbin. I'm just kidding. I
think
love
that
you.
Everyone gives a shit
I don't mean the
about
things I say. Except I do.
All right.
All the
sometimes.
things you said, all the
All
things
the
you
things you
said.
said. All right, that's it. We gotta go. Palmer,
running through my head.
cut it, Palmer.
Take
End the
care,
cast.
everybody. Bye.
End it.